So we'll be opening to the divine tonight. We start by feeling the silence to ground this meditation, ground the mind, and settle the nervous system, and of course, relax the body. Softening the busyness. And if you're like me, you have anxiety about the future, that's okay. Let's just be here and open and feel into our deeper nature. Feel into our peace in the arms and legs, all along the back. There's also silence here that's easily overlooked. We're so focused on what's in front of us throughout the day, the chaotic busyness, of our daily lives, what's literally in the background, along the spine, that's always here. Such an intimacy here with the peace and the stillness as you release tension around the space of the skull and the jaw. Behind the eyes, there's also a radiant peace, even though we might subconsciously hold tension here for unknown reasons. Seems to me, just intuitively by feeling into the space behind the eyes, And we try to really focus on what's in front of us throughout the day out of anxiety. But imagine just enjoying a sunset on the beach and looking with the eyes more with a sense of awe. And gratitude for the beauty of peace and expansiveness. Expansiveness along the surface of the earth. But this piece is like radiating from your third eye, almost as if you're a beacon of this gorgeous spiritual light, not just in front of you, but 360 degrees. Not just seeing the light, but being the light. An overwhelming sense of peace all throughout the space of the mind. Blissful and joyful and radiant, thoughtless, stressless, restful, at ease. Resting as aware peace, expanding it both upwards and downwards in the crown and the throat chakra. Can you have simultaneous yet gentle awareness of peace and light spreading from the back of the skull, two directions, ascension and descension. Playing with these two chakra centers, noticing the similarities or the subtle differences between the light of each chakra center, how each one radiates or feels. Does one feel more esoteric, and does one feel more grounded and embodied? Is one more open than the other for you? Is there one that's a little bit more stuck than the other with the past events or unworthiness? Both centers can ascend as well as widen. It's a sense of peace and a new burgeoning energy of divinity, especially in the crown chakra. It helps to imagine a beautiful white lotus flower, the crown, in the middle of springtime, receiving the warm spring sunlight of God herself, shining down. The nature of the crown chakra is to be open. It's the nature of the thinking mind to doubt this experience of the divine. Are we going to believe the doubter or the light of the divine? Since this is like true science, is investigating with our awareness what's here. For now, at the crown chakra, do you notice a peace? Do you notice a gentle pressure? That might initially feel foreign, yet also familiar, paradoxically. You feel a natural affinity with this energy. Can you feel the goodness of this light? Can you feel that this light is not just here for you, but also for everything and everyone, if we choose to open to it? Also feel your heart waking up especially after we've cleared the mind and the throat and have blasted open the crown. And relax the shoulders and felt our innocence, but also our suffering, acknowledging the challenges of being a person on earth, whilst opening the true heart to the divine. In the past, maybe our mantra was, I'm not enough, or I'm not doing enough. I'm afraid to show myself versus a new mantra of I love God. I am open to the divine. I'm a child of the Most High. I am one with the highest vibration of reality. And you say this from the heart. What a wild difference. What a big choice to make between these energies. One of unworthiness and one of pure bliss. Reminding yourself that you can feel what's here without believing the stories. If it's grief in the heart, you can sit with this grief. Hug it like a teddy bear. Or if it's loneliness, or if your heart chakra feels numb, and you sense some light there. If you've been hurt by others traumatically and haven't been able to acknowledge that you've been hurt and have not reconciled this hurt, and the pain is still being carried, can this be let go of and acknowledged, validated, hugged, smoothed out, released, expressed, expressed without hurting others or yourself, of course. Or maybe we've let others walk all over us throughout our lives. Can we forgive ourselves for this by choosing this light? If you're like me, we've chosen arrogance to defend against feeling shame and vulnerability. Instead, stepped into the strength of humility before God, or choosing to be overwhelmed by the universe. Instead of feeling a false sense of superiority, or for some of us, it's a false sense of inferiority. That's the heart chakra. It's obvious that we're all the light, we're all one. And somehow the surface of the heart chakra might cover this up due to our past or the culture we grew up in. Up by this love, getting through what that which is old, no longer needed, and widening this light beyond the ribs, beyond the arms, and out into the world 360 degrees. The light of love, like an emerald diamond, radiant and divine, not worried about its own unworthiness, for it knows it is the light. Yet again, feeling this descent of grace from Mother God. Starting again, the crown chakra. Double checking what is here and opening more fully. This time imagining a white Tibetan singing bowl, maybe a foot or half a meter in diameter, with a transcendent hum. Nowhere to be, nothing to do except receive this light. Praising the divine, loving the divine, with an ascending energy as we receive the descent of grace simultaneously. Descending into the third eye chakra, center of the skull, back of the skull. Again, imagining a blue bowl, a foot wide, receiving the divine from the doors of heaven, reaching down to aid in your quest of spiritual awakening. The quest of returning home. The quest of remembering your nature as God's design. As this paradox of oneness, yet also an individual. unique yet absolutely the one. Also, again, in the throat chakra, being a turquoise bowl, foot wide, receiving this light, being one with grace. Healing the throat chakra by letting the crown be ripped open to receive and flood into the neck and the shoulders. First, there's a sense of vulnerability and softness in the throat chakra. Release of disidentification. And then there's freedom. And once again, feeling a bowl in your heart with all the other chakras open above the heart as well. Emptying, releasing, feeling, and acknowledging that you are this light. Light of the divine is here for you to be open enough and vulnerable enough to admit, where am I still gripping and defending from my own true self, from expressing? How do I misidentify as an egoic self, a separate person, merely a separate person, not recognizing that there's this divinity here that I am. There's this love in my heart for myself, for God, for life. This radiant peace all around. That is my nature as well. But also, there's this body here, this mind that's so very human, even Neanderthalic. What awesome paradox it is to have this deep heart, this wide peace, this devotion for the divine, and receiving this grace from the Divine Mother for everyone, but also just for you is this grace. Do I have the capacity to dedicate my life to this? Do I just want this as an experience, but keep living my normal life? My old habits come back, my belief structure returns fully, or do we want to heal, feel what's here, open to the divine, have a lifestyle of peace, love our neighbor, pray for our enemies, not get totally lost in suffering and samsara. Ask ascended masters for help, archangels for assistance. Have a personal connection to the divine in the mind, but also the heart. Lastly, let's like plant this seed of devotion, love, and light into our root chakra, pelvic bowl, through the legs, through the feet. May this grow roots. May this seed to ground our divinity, to walk in the light, to feel this oneness, to be our truth, and to love this body in order to heal. Bringing our palms in front of the heart chakra, slightly bowing the head. I want to thank God for having the time to meditate, to pray, to open. And we wish that this is the case for all of our siblings here on earth, to live the spiritual life of happiness and devotion, health and well-being for everyone in every country. That'll be it for tonight. Thank you so much for fully bringing yourself here. Good night. Thank you. Bye-bye.